Hey, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all of the other episodes, check the link in the description, stop by raprankings.com, or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. And please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting to help us grow the channel and continue our journey as hip-hop's first and premier extreme podcast.
Track 12, Whip You With a Strap, produced by J Dilla. Well, before we give our ratings, as we do, Jesse, as our esteemed guest here, do you want to discuss, you know how we do, familiarity with the song, the album, before we give ratings?
I was a fairly big Ghostface fan. Not, like, to this day, I'm not really crazy about Iron Man. Like, I feel like there's a difference between Wu-Tang classics and Hib classics. And I think that Ghostface might only have one universal Hib classic, being Supreme Clientele. Iron Man is like a Wu-Tang Fanatic classic.
I agree.
Liquid Swords by GZA is a Wu-Tang Fanatic classic.
I think Liquid has transcended that. It's a lot of like white guys who aren't into rap's favorite album. Like
no. They're probably into Wu-Tang heavy.
No, it's Liquid Swords. I'm telling you.
Oh no, I'm
even going back to like Seth Rogen in the 40-Year-Old Virgin or something like that, wearing a Liquid Swords shirt.
No, I miss whatever the fuck that meme is. But yeah, so I was a fairly big Ghostface fan, especially after Supreme Clientele. Love Bulletproof Wallets, both versions.
Almost was was our runner up on this poll.
Right. He caps out for me at Pretty Tony, but he still has good music after that. He has a few songs on each album that are worth the time of day. And this was an album post Pretty Tony. I was hyped. I love Pretty Tony.
The first one since Pretty Tony.
Right. I love Pretty Tony, so I was hyped for this one. And, middling results for me. For a number of reasons, which I guess we'll go on to discuss. But, Moulz, let me ask, did you work this album?
I did. And more Fish.
Got it. Okay.
So, I've talked about it on the background already, but this album, I think, is overrated amongst people who, in my opinion, this was their first Ghostface album, like their first new Ghostface album. He gained a lot of new fans with this one. And
because of what, Back Like That, or?
I don't think so. I think it was it was just like Wu-Tang was kind of having a bit of a resurgence as a legacy act at that point.
No, I know the reason. We can talk about it.
What's that?
Theoretical style. You got 4 Doom beats and some Dilla beats.
Right.
Well, the whole fucking internet was like...
I think he got a Fader cover around this time.
Okay.
This album, for as much as we love Pretty Tony, that album wasn't especially well received. It has songs on it that were, but...
What were the singles? Tush with Missy and what else?
Missy. I think Run was one of the singles. Yeah,
Run was a street single.
Like a street single.
But other than that,
I didn't work that album.
They didn't have anything to sell that album, really.
Yeah, there's classic songs on it for me. I love Holla.
I love like the majority of that album.
I love Be This Way. That's another classic.
That's like probably my second favorite Ghostface album after Supreme Clientele.
It's a very underrated album, in my opinion. I like everything he did before Fishscale more than Fishscale. And I'm not going to just say outright I prefer More Fish, but it's possible.
More Fish has like a 9 on there for me.
The thing is, there are songs that I would have taken off this album and put on More Fish, and there are songs I would have taken off of More Fish and put on this album.
Right.
I was just working like the street team, like promotion and stuff like that. I wasn't, like A&Ring this project by any means.
Oh, so you wouldn't know like background info?
Background info in
Like how certain production placements happened, and
I know how certain production placements happened after Dilla died. You know, there was all this. There was a lot of talk about him. He was getting a spotlight, and Ghost heard Donuts. He also rapped on. There's one joint that he rapped on.
Well, this album came out a few weeks after Donuts, according to Wikipedia.
Yeah, but the donuts of it all. There was an advance of Donuts, if you recall, that was out a few months before Donuts.
Had no clue.
Is that the one that has the tag?
Maybe I did hear it.
Where it's like, donuts.
Yes.
Okay, because that was the first version I ever had.
I did hear that then, and I bought Donuts based off already having.
There was a lot of buzz before the album ever came out, and that had been circulating for like a month or two prior to the album even coming out. So, I mean, he did a song called Murder Goons as well, and that was over, I think, the Gobstopper beat, and it didn't make the album. It didn't make More Fish. It made a sampler that Def Jam sent out to like record stores and DJs, and the sampler had like a bunch of shit that didn't make the cut on either of that two albums. So that's where Murder Goons came from originally. There was also Ghostface rapping on, I think, like Young, Gifted, and Black by Big Daddy Kane.
Right. I remember like those. There was like a whole website or something full of like, you know, Wu-Tang
Lucy's
side songs. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was, you know, for me, like, there's definitely a lot of great songs that were released from him in 2006. He dropped 2 albums. There's a lot of quality on both of them, but neither one of them I like more than anything that came before it. And then, you know, Big Doe Rehab and Apollo Kids, those albums are decent. There's like a couple songs here and there, but they're not, you know, we did Big Doe on RAB Express. It's like not essential at all.
Right.
So this is kind of the end of like the essential era of Ghostface in terms of his solo material.
I think, Pretty Tony might have been the end. Like after revisiting this album?
I only mention this album because of its notoriety. It was well reviewed. I believe it was Grammy nominated. You know, he had a single that actually did something off of this album. Whereas everything that came after this, he never had the same juice in terms of even critically.
Well, I know that's, you know, chronologically the next song that you guys are discussing. But does that sound like a real song to you?
What song?
Back Like That?
We're not up to it yet.
Yeah, I'll save my comments on that for when we get
Okay, well, I'll comment. To me, it doesn't sound like a real song.
All I'll say now is it doesn't sound any faker than any other single of the era.
It was a Def Jam...
It's industry stuff, right? Exactly.
Yeah, it was a Def Jam shoehorn record. Like,
it sounds to me... Right, it sounds to me like we got this beat with Neo on it, and we can throw any rapper on this.
No,
on the label.
It was
for Ghostface?
It wasn't We Got the Beat with Neo on it. That's a Willie Hutch sample.
No, I'm saying we got this beat and we got the hook with Neo on it. Now we can get any rapper.
No, it was Def Jam shoehorning Neo onto an already almost finished song.
Got it. Okay. So you know more than me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When it comes to industry records, that's usually it's one way or the other. It's like we're gonna shoehorn the R&B or pop act on there.
And Neo was doing good business for Def Jam at that time.
He was.
You know, it was 2006. He had still a lot left in the tank at that point.
Right.
And the opposite example, like just off the top of my head, it's like, you know, Nothing on You from Atlantic. Yeah. It's like, Lupe, do this, you know, because we don't trust you, I guess, to make a...
Yes.
Right. That's what I thought this situation was.
No, but it's the same in principle. It's like, yo, you got...
Oh, shit.
What in the world?
My phone. I sent them the voicemail.
My phone.
Hell it was. That's my ringtone. Sorry.
This is the way you said it. Oh shit!
I'll turn my phone off.
And I mean that was a practice that continued at Def Jam, and probably still does to this day. they have people that they're pushing at any given moment. And I mean, around the same time, Jay-Z drops Kingdom Come later this year, and Neo's on Minority Report.
Right.
Yeah, Neo was like a project at that time. He was on a lot of stuff. He was on Make You Better with
Don't
Fabulous.
remind me. We've discussed that song.
You know, but like that's the thing. I'm just saying that's that era where they're trying to put Neo in a bunch of songs.
Right.
Yeah.
But Ghostface is no stranger to these type of records.
Right. That
Like
felt like Never Be the Same Again sequel, basically.
Yeah, and he would go on to do more, like, you know, that Wizard of Poetry album. Did a whole album and shit like that, basically. But Whip You with a Strap.
Yep. Well, Jesse, you want to give your rating first?
Sure. I'm torn between the, qualifiers. What is it called? Where you can add a plus or a minus.
What is it called? I mean,
you say it in
Yeah,
modifier.
Yeah.
I said qualifiers. Check my qualifiers.
That's a good song.
Let's see here. I'm gonna go on the safe side. Flat 6.
Damn. was not expecting that. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, I was getting ready to be like, oh, of course you like his freak boy like getting whooped, but I can't do that no more. Okay. Well, you know what? I have a theory about your 6. I'll explain later. But,
Okay.
All right. Moulz, you want to give a rating?
Sure. I will say, if the rap rankings game was going on, people might make inferences based on, number one, the fact that I put out that donuts mix with like someone rapping on every donut.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that I'm the anecdotal man. But 6+.
Wow.
Is that beat on donuts?
Yeah.
It's been forever since I've heard
One
donuts
for
in
Ghost.
its entirety.
It's called One for Ghost.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. So I'm the freak boy. I'm the freak man. I'm the one who likes whoopings. 7-, which is ironic because I've never been whooped.
Now, here's the thing. Is the beat a 6+ for me? No. It's
for
not.
me, yes.
There's not a single donut that I dislike. I like them all. Is the rapping the reason why I give it the 6+? No. I like anecdotal Ghostface. So what's the problem? I like the rapping and I like the beat.
Yeah, what is the problem?
I don't enjoy the song.
Yeah, they don't go well together.
It's just like, I would rather hear the donut, quite frankly, the original song, the instrumental that he's rapping over, in the context of donuts, mind you.
Yes.
That's how I like listening to donuts from beginning to end. I don't like skipping around. I don't like listening to one random one. I like the
you
experience.
gotta listen to one random donut every now and then.
I don't. I like listening to the full album. It's not a long album to get through. It's constantly moving, and I feel like it's meant to be experienced that way. So, listen, just like on Lightworks when we did Born Like This from MF Doom.
Best of love to that project y'all put out, but every donut was not meant to be rapped on.
Look, I put the project out because I thought it would be a fun thing to do. And yes, out of all the people who rapped on Beat You With a Strap, which I think is only one other person, or One for Ghost, which was the name of the track itself.
What was upgraded from whip to beat? That's the black term. Getting beat.
It's just, I don't need this. I don't need this. It feels thrown on there. Like,
a lot of this album feels thrown on there.
This guy, like, he died. His beat's getting a lot of buzz right now. This beat tape he put out. Let me wrap.
No, I have theories.
Like,
I don't want to, line step or, I mean, we can say names without like being controversial, right?
It depends on the name.
I don't know.
I'm not saying anything bad about these people, but I feel like this was like some, brainchild William Johnson or, Amir Questlove kind of shit.
He's the man who got me in the door at the Def Jam. So
right, or Amir Questlove kind of shit. He was signed to Def Jam. Like, we got to get some Dilla beats on the Ghostface album. Like, it doesn't work.
Well, now here's my question though. So on Donuts, it's called One for Ghost.
Yes.
So was this for sure intended for Ghostface, or was the song titled that on Donuts after his death with the knowledge that Ghost was using it?
Who knows?
I think it was the intent was we want Ghostface to use this, not Ghostface is using this, so it's on hold for him.
Okay, but now with is that Dilla or the people handling the beats?
Right. Do you think he really named all them beats?
Yes.
With everything we know about Egon now and all that stuff?
That's a good point. I think he did, because what the fuck else did he have to do at that time? But
he was just making beats. I don't think he was like, oh, this beat is called this beat is called... No.
Yeah, but he gave donuts to the label, so obviously there were no track titles when he gave it to Stone's Throw?
Hey, who knows?
That nigga had floppy disks. You think he named them beats? Okay.
That was
Kendrick
horrible.
Voice. It wasn't a joke. It's just a Kendrick. Hey, man, fuck you, okay? All right. I was trying to appeal I'm trying to appeal to these fuking extremist Kendrick marks. You got to throw him some meat every now and then.
Who's thinking about that right now?
He's the number one guy, pal. You got to just,
Nobody's thinking about that right now.
I wasn't thinking about it. Listen, Pat, you got a lot to learn about making money, Jesse. All right? I'm trying to get this fucking show. Says the guy who had to, listen.
That's not a strong suit of mine.
Before we started recording, y'all, he went in the other room to tell his wife.
Ain't no meeting.
She was doing a business meeting on the phone. And he had to tell her to keep it down. Yeah, none of us know how to make no money. All right?
Get out of here, you fucking boss.
Yeah, Anyway.
We have the sample from One for Ghost, which became Whip You With a Strap. It's Luther Ingram, To the Other Man.
Oh, shit. So it's a guy?
Yes.
I thought it was a woman singing this.
When you pitch a sample up, it sometimes sounds feminine.
Good point. All right, well, here is Luther.
I have a funny Ghostface story about that when you're done with this.
All right, well, here you go.
Mama used to take me across her lap. She used to whip me with a strap when I was bad. I didn't know at the time being bad could lead to crime, but now I'm glad. 'Cause she kept me on the double, I stayed out of trouble. Now I understand. When she said, boy, you got to give a heck. Promise you'll always give respect to the other man.
Whatever that fucking means.
Yeah, whatever that fucking means.
What? Oh, y'all ain't understand? It's simple. Always give respect to the other man.
What man?
Your fellow man.
Oh, all right. Well, how about One for Ghosts? Which
how about it?
Is sampling that, which would become Whip You With a Strap. We got it. Here it is.
All right. You said that at the same tone as check it out. All right, here we go. One for Ghosts by J Dilla.
Me across a lap. She used to whip me with a strap when I was bad.
I can turn it up for you if you need. Jesse in the campsites. He got a fetish for them girls that beat his ass. So he said, after sliding cash, next time you're on that cam, baby girl, I need you to bring a belt with you and then hit me on my hand, baby girl. That's foreplay. Yeah, smack me when I'm bad. And then move to my ass. I want a rash. Wait, no, that's called a welt when it get red. And then I'm gonna give you some head because I only respond to pain. All right. I tried to save the beat for you, Jesse.
Take me across her lap. She used to whip me with a strap when I was bad.
Update. I am permanently self-banned.
How did you get banned, Jesse?
Self-banned.
Oh, that's fake. You're not, ain't no self-ban. Oh,
May I explain myself?
Sure.
My banking information was compromised. In other words, I had to get a whole new card. And I guess I had like a tab that was open. So when they tried to charge my card, they couldn't charge that card. And now they're like, you can't get back on till you put in your new card information. And I'm not putting in the new card information.
These are smut man problems, okay?
So they'll never see me again.
Sure. No, do you want to play?
What do you mean, sure?
What is this? Whip you with a strap?
Sure. We can play whip you with the strap. Nigga
Stop the lying already.
Take me across her lap. She used to whip me with a strap when I was bad. Take me across her lap. She used to whip me with a strap when I was bad.
Picture me, snotty nose, sitting on my arm slap. The kid like 5 or 6, shit, I will curse back. I got it from the older folks, sitting in the living room. Everybody had cups, stylistic song boom. And then came down, mag lighting all the reefer up. Baby caught a contact, I'm trying to tie my sneaker up. I'm missing all the loops, strings going in the wrong hole. It feels like I'm wobbling, look at all these afros. Soon as I thought I was good, the joke's on me. Heard a voice, get in the room, I get angry. Stomp my feet, catch a tantrum. Spit, scream, fuck that. Mama shake me real hard, then get the big gat. That's called the belt. Help me as I yelled. I'm in the room like with mad whelps, ragged out, bad belt. Yes, her presence was felt. Then get my black ass in the bed. It's time to crash out, pass out.
All right.
That's not a good beat for anybody to rap over.
I don't think that, people took this idea of like, oh, these beats are like atypical in their structure and they're challenging. It's like, just don't rap over them. How about that? How about we just let it be a piece of fucking music? And I know that flies in the face of a lot of my sentiments about people who release instrumental music and expect people not to rap on it. But like, these aren't beats that you steal. You feel me?
I do, because I never felt compelled to rap on any of the donuts. And I was hungry for beats. It's like, at this point, I had been rapping for 2 years. I was 16 when I first heard it. And I just enjoyed it as a listening experience. So, and plus, it's like you said, it moves along at a pace that like none of these beats are.
Yeah, I put out really the gimmick where people are rapping on the donuts, every single one. And like some of those songs I do like. But in general, I wanted to hear what it would sound like as an album with a bunch of people rapping on it. I didn't tell you guys that shit was a perfect takeaway, okay?
No, you didn't. But I mean, I will say, I give the song a 7-, but I would say I prefer to just listen to the beat. But that's how I was first introduced to it.
Right. But you need this.
Yeah, I do need this. I think it's I probably talked about it a lot in season 6, the Wu-Tang season. Ghostface is one of my preferred members of Wu-Tang, and his storytelling is peak, when it comes to that clan.
There should only be a few preferred.
Yeah, for me, it's, GZA, Method Man, Ghostface, and RZA. as rappers, you know?
3 of those guys are good rappers.
And we know everybody hates RZA. Okay, fuck off. He's great.
He's
the
as
beats
good at
he need to
making
work
beats
on.
as he is bad at rapping.
No, he need to work on them beats. But here's the thing about this
You're
song.
literally the only person in the world who has this opinion.
No, there's a second person now. We found them.
Right, the HEC's friend, okay? Me and the HEC's friend will start a side podcast called RZA's Raps.
I'll give you an analogy in sports, Mel. This would be like you saying, or like, this is how you should look at somebody if they said, like, you know, I love how Steph Curry dunks, but he needs to work on his three-pointer.
I know how I sound. I know what people think. I just say fuck them. All right? They don't know good rap. But I do.
And somebody saying, you don't know good basketball. Steph Curry needs to work on his three-pointer, but I love the way he dunks.
That classic tweet that went viral, like, he needs to develop a post game. I know as a Steph Curry fan that was always, you know, ridiculous, but I hear you. But this is why I like this record. It's always been noteworthy to me when a song is just like named after something the sample says, because it's either going to be fitting or it's going to be lazy. I think it's fitting here. You know, whip you with the strap. You know, when I was bad, he went along with it for the concept of the song, so I allow it.
Have you ever thought about not wanting to hear a song from the perspective of a child getting beaten? Like, that's why this beat is just, it's not a winner as a beat. It's a winner as a piece of music on its own.
Well, I would say it's a testament to his storytelling ability, because when you put it that way, yeah, I'm not particularly interested. Usually you would think Mel would be like, oh, I don't need this, right? But there's a lot of flavor and scenery and imagery. And I don't know if it's a purely, well, I know getting whoopings ain't a purely black experience, but some of the things he says, like we heard it when we played, like, if you've ever heard somebody get whooped in the other room, like, that's very realistic panting. Get my black ass in the bed, it's time to crash out. Obviously, that's pre-modern, I guess, terminology, not that kind of crash out. But like, yeah, you get a whooping, you go to sleep. And it'd be some of the best sleep of your life. You cry yourself to sleep, you wake up and it's dark. And there are memes about this, you know, and you'll probably just hear someone say, oh, we all live in the same life, huh? Yeah, I think it's just, you know, it's not so much the beating that I want to hear. It's just like, you know, he talks about where he got these tendencies that got his ass whooped. You know, the old folks in the living room, you know, that's how he start cussing. And, you know, like, it might be too, the only time I got close to getting whooped by my dad, holy shit, when I heard this, he's like, picture me snotty nose sitting on my aunt's lap, the kid like 5 or 6, shit, I would curse back. When I was probably 4 or 5, actually, I wasn't sitting on my aunt's lap, but like, she had this flashlight that she was like keeping away from me, and I wanted it. And I remember leaning in close to her and saying, give me the damn flashlight. And my dad heard me.
Was that young Corey Elms?
No, hopefully not, because that means that demon was in me from a young age. But my dad heard me.
The damn flashlight. Sounds insane.
Right? But I was imitating probably like my mom speaking. You know, black moms, they do that, like they curl their lips like, get your ass on it. Like, yeah, so I was doing that, and my dad like grabbed me under his arm and like just started running me upstairs, like angrily. And I assumed I was going to get whooped, which I'd never gotten before. But like, I have to ask him about this. I would call him right now, but he's probably not in the mood to talk. But he like rushed me upstairs and sat me down and was like, where did you hear that? Like, and like, he just talked to me. I thought he was going to whoop me though. But like, you know, I cussed, but it was from what I had overheard adults do. So I do relate to the record. That's the only time he ever got close to whooping me. My mom threatened to whoop me. Another thing in the song, Ghostface, about like wetting the bed and like trying to hide the underwear. I think I told y'all on the show before.
We've heard
like,
this story.
Yeah, I pissed the bed, and my mom, I was singing Big Bad Beetleborgs, and my mom was like, you gonna get a big bad ass whooping, because she was tired of me peeing the bed. I've never been whooped, but I did kind of get whooped by my stepmom. She like tried to, but at this point I was like 11 or 12, and she didn't all the way commit. So like, I remember standing there while she's like whooping me. Like, I had my jeans on, and I kind of was like looking at her like,
it was a weak whooping.
It was a weak whooping, and literally I was standing there thinking to myself, I had to hit the famous drop.
Okay.
You know, and then she just left. I was like, all right, I guess I got whooped, but that she didn't commit. But yeah, there's some part, despite me never being whooped for real, there are parts in the song that actually eerily relate to my life. But yeah, I think it's good storytelling. Not to sound like a blabbity black, but this is a pretty black song. I've seen this. I've witnessed people get whooped.
Well, hit the Meltzer drop if that's the case.
Oh shit. All right, that's valid. That's valid. Especially in these times, everybody trying to police blackness. Where's this fucking drop at? Here we go. Wait, this ain't it. This is well shit, I'll play this one too, even though looking for this Meltzer.
I'm biracial, so bye, Felicia.
All right, there's that. What's this fucking drop at? All right, not Matt. How did Meltzer autocorrect to Matt in Windows Explorer? All right, here we go.
I'm not that color. I'm not black. So,
but I am black because I have the black experience of laughing.
Hit the Matt Hardy. Hit the Matt Hardy.
All right, let me load the Matt. We got a lot of drops of white people like clarifying their like blackness, and all right. Some people listen to this song and they don't say it's a takeaway.
And because I'm white, because I'm Caucasian.
That's right.
What is I happen to be black.
What's that?
I happen to be black and I don't put this song over.
Right, because the black experience is not a monolith. Or as Childish Gambino once said, the black experience is black and serious. So there you go. I don't really have much else to say about the song. I laughed
Jesse,
when he said,
why did you choose this song of all the songs on this album? I assume you like at least one of them. Why, as a guy who's in Dilla time, did you come here to do this today?
Oh, because I don't feel like this beat should have been rapped over. I think this was an exploration, or this was an example of that time when, the Dilla dumbassery was starting to take over the world.
Yeah.
It was just starting to creep in. This is
the album where you start to get MF Doom beats from Special Herbs projects.
Some of those are travesty as well.
You can tell that the Marks are overseeing some of the creation of this album.
Right. That what is it called? 9 Milli Brothers. I was like, listening back, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's just Wu-Tang guys just trying to figure their way around the MF Doom beat because this is what the internet thinks that they want. Like, there was a whole discussion of the whole Ghostface and Doom Swift and Changeable album supposed to happen.
Doom Starks.
Yeah, so many albums that were like just the internet came up with, oh, this shit happened, and they said, we'll try it, and it just never panned out. But yeah, this song was an example of the Dilla dumbassery starting to take over the world. Sure. Like I bet House Shoes was hype about this. I'm not trying to disparage a man, but anytime anybody gets from his world gets a placement, he's hype. Like, I think Knowledge had a Ghostface placement, and he was, like, hype about it or something. I'm just like, this is not an example.
Knowledge produced a song by Omarion featuring Ghostface.
Maybe that's what I'm referring to. I don't know.
He might have done a Ghostface song, too, for all I know.
Like, this is not good, okay?
That's good chopping. That's good chops. No, that's good chops.
Wait, so is the issue you don't like the donut to begin with?
In the context of donuts, it's fine. It's showing like Dilla's, expertise.
Right, but as a beat to rap over, it feels different to you.
No, it just doesn't work in the context of Hib.
So it works in the context of donuts, but not the context of
instrumental. He's saying it works in an instrumental Hib context, but not as a beat that a rapper would take from. I don't
even consider that beat Hib. It's a Dilla beat.
Oh, brother.
All right. Yeah. Well, listen, that I don't agree with that necessarily. But
when I say Hib, Dilla has beats with more drums to them or a harder drum.
But like the thing is, Donuts is not really a drum-heavy album. A lot of the drums on that album come from the samples.
Right. Donuts was like soul samples chopped up. And
he's doing kind of the Mad Lib thing. Like, it's his Mad Lib influence rubbing off on a beat tape.
He did it very well, but like a lot of them were not hip hop beats to me. The one Black Thought rapped over on the Roots album,
Time is the donut to the heart.
That has a hip hop feel to it. But like Quali and Q-Tip didn't sound good on Lightworks. Like, no, a lot of these beats were not meant to be rapped over.
No, but the MCs took it as a challenge, and you had fucking Questlove talking about, these are the hardest beats to rap over. You'll really test yourself as an MC when you get on these.
We've never known more, okay?
Well, I disagree. I think it is Hib, because although you have your subset of people who will hear about Duns and listen to it, and because they have this impression and esteem going in, they're going to be like, oh, it's high art, just automatically, because they feel like they should say that. But I feel like this would probably sound disorienting to people who aren't Hib and aren't used to just like instrumental hip hop and chops and beats. Like, I would say for most people, you have to have a base level appreciation of Hib to get into something like this.
But you know what? To Jesse's point, on Pretty Tony, that song Holla is just him rapping on the Delphonics. It's not flipped at all.
And it sounds amazing.
And it's amazing. And it's not a rap beat. It's a literal song that exists. La, 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 I love you.
Because Ghostface is from that era. He grew up in that time. He probably loved the song. And he figured out how to make his own version of that.
Now, we can't ourselves. Oh, no, we can. Just, Jesse, out of curiosity, did you like Beauty Jackson, track 6, which also...
That was better than this. That was better than this.
I agree. We've already covered it at this point. It is a 7- for me.
Yeah, I'd probably give that a 7-.
So that one works a little bit better.
Maybe it's a sample. Maybe it's a vocal sample distracting me from everything else happening. Like, listening to a man try to rap over that, it's like, no.
I think you got some issues with the beat.
Yeah, I've got issues with that beat, people rapping on it, for sure. It's fine as a standalone exhibition of Dilla's talent. I don't want to hear no raps over.
Here's the thing. So you came on for this song basically to hate, which is okay. I mean,
not
you have to like
to discuss.
What's your favorite song on this album?
Favorite song on the album? Let me look at the track list right now. Probably Shaky Dog.
Why didn't you come on for Shaky Dog?
Because that's not like an interesting conversation. That's just him telling a good crime story over like.
Okay, so you prioritize what you thought would be the better talking points or the best.
That's what I've been trying to do my past few appearances.
Got it.
Yes.
That's team player Jesse right there. He's thinking about the quality of the program.
What makes what would make for a good conversation? That's what I've been like when I'm picking albums and songs to come on for. I'm like, if I gotta go with something on Fishscale, what is a good talking point?
Got it. That makes sense. I respect it.
Yeah, like this is an album that means like a lot to me. I'm just contractually obligated to come on for, a bunch of albums and shit. So.
You mean it's not an album that means a lot to you?
No, it's not.
I think you just said it was.
Oh, yeah, he misspoke.
Oh, Fishscale is not an album that means a lot to me at all. Yeah, I'm looking at the track list now, and
can I get some support on my more fish is better than Fishscale narrative? Are you willing to lend me your vote here?
I haven't heard More Fish in a long time, but More Fish has a song that I like more than anything on this album.
Well, think about it. It's More Fish, and we love more, right?
It depends.
Everything in moderation.
Right.
Well, you think a 23-track album is everything in moderation?
Listen, More Fish, Morphine. We got to have discussions about this more, okay?
More life.
No, overrated.
We didn't need another more 4 years.
People are scatterbrained, and we're in the beat switch generation. So like a playlist made them think it was an opus. It's like, listen, y'all fronted on Views, and then you fronted on Scorpion, and then you went up for the fucking playlist. We know about you, okay? People, more life. Anyway, Jesse, it turns out I was wrong. I thought you came on this one because I think you said in the past, like you was like bad and you got whooped and stuff a lot. So maybe you wanted to,
That's your theory on my 6?
No, that's why I thought you were coming on.
I could say that's a good theory on why you gave it a 6. It brings up bad memories.
No, I was a horrible fucking kid, but not a horrible kid, but not a horrible kid, but like I had behavioral issues.
Okay.
Well, I don't.
More Life is not so bad if off of Passion Fruit alone.
No, I didn't say it's bad. It's overrated.
No, you said other people were. You said people went up for it.
Yeah, it's overrated.
They did that thing they do where they just decide to like go hot on something when they've randomly, like for years they've been cold on this thing, but now they're running hot, but then they'll be cold for the next one. Very strange phenomenon.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get people in the right time and space, and sometimes you don't, I guess.
Well, right. They don't be knowing, these people. But the only other things I have to say, when he said, look at all these afros, I thought,
look at these people.
Look at these afros.
Right. Look at these afros. Okay. I'll say when he said get beat, then I run and tell grandmama, mama hit me for no reason. As a kid, I hate it when I see kids pull that shit. Own your bullshit. Own your misbehavior. Don't get whooped and then run to Big Granny talking about, mama whooped me for no reason. Ain't no reason. You was acting
what
bad.
I hated? I mean, this is so random, but not really. When you'd be walking around the mall and like some kid is getting like yelled at by their parent, or like they might even be getting like whooped right then and there. And they look at you, the other kid that's walking, as like, help me, like a kid like in the haunted house. It's like, run, like, help me, like, get out of here, like, it's like, what the fuck do you want me to do for you? I'm not dealing with this shit.
That's that. We was in that kid power Nickelodeon generation. I'll be looking. Look, I can't.
So many kids looked at me as a fellow kid while they were getting whooped or getting
what do you want me to do?
off
I'm
by
gonna
their
get whooped
parents,
too.
and they looked at me like, what the fuck are you looking at me for?
Right.
I don't have that memory at all.
No, do you have this memory? Is it just me?
I do. It wasn't so much they were pleading for help, but it was just kind of
maybe it was like they were embarrassed because a fellow kid was watching them.
That's more so what it was. I felt
like, but that deer in headlights. Like, I'm like, what are you staring at me for?
I would try to communicate like telepathically, like a fist in the air, like, "Hey, my brother, I'm with you." But like,
I never did that. I pretended like they were invisible.
You would look the other way. The Will Smith, "I Am Legend" set meme.
Yeah, I am not. Right? Listen, fuck off. Okay, you take that ass whooping like a man. Okay, that's just got nothing to do with me.
Hey,
now here's the thing though. Now when I see it, I like get really upset for the kid.
Oh, shit.
As adults, yeah.
I'm like, fuck, like these parents suck, dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, I feel actually bad for the kid now, whereas back in the day, I was like, you gotta fight that battle on your own. And still, the number one rule in life is you can't tell other people how to raise their kids.
Don't do that. Don't fuck around with that. Yeah.
You see someone like being horrible to their kids, and like you're an adult now, but like you can't really get involved. You can't.
Right? I mean, Moulz, you remember I called you one time. I got out of some movie. I was in the movie theater parking lot, and I'd witnessed some guy saying something crazy to like, I think his daughter or something. And I was like, that was fucked. That child's probably being abused at home. But like, I'm not going to interfere in that because that's how you get shot. Or, that kid ends up getting abused more because I dared intervene on her behalf.
Or, let's be real. That kid might be like a little fucking terror, and we just don't know. We don't know. That could be like Orphan,
Yeah, so
the movie,
don't interfere in that.
I'm not implying orphans are violent.
Yeah. Well, hey. Yeah, what else? Yeah, I laughed when he said, I had a great old mama. It's just funny to me, a great old mama. And this isn't so much about the song, but someone else's commentary on the bad website, genius.com. TSA Rompy a year ago wrote, I think Ghost may have been abused to one down vote. Listen, it could have been a joke, but either way, keep whites out of black people business. I'm assuming they white, okay? Black folks, we be getting beat. We got beat growing up, okay? Not me, because I was a good child, and I guess my family didn't really believe in beating me, but, you know.
I got 2 epic spankings. Let's
oh, shit.
One with the back spankings. Of my dad's hand, and one with a belt. And in both instances, I can say I deserved it.
Oh, man.
I deserved it.
Hey.
I won't reveal what the things were, but I was young, and it hurt a lot, and it definitely made me not do bad things anymore.
There you go. Yeah,
ain't no abuse because I wasn't abused, you know?
Right.
But I got whooped on 2 occasions, and one I brought up recently when I visited my parents. And my stepmom got very angry for me bringing it up, even.
Oh,
I was laughing it off. I'm like, remember when I did that shit? And they didn't find it funny.
Parents are strange like that, you know?
They still, I thought after all these years, I turned out okay. Like, maybe we can laugh about that one time. And I got my whooping. Like, I feel like I served my time in that sense, you know?
Well, here's the thing, because parents are, were they upset about you just bringing it up, or were they still upset at you for what you had done?
No, they were upset at my cavalier kind of attitude towards it at this point in my life, where I'm kind of laughing at the situation when they were kind of disturbed that I would laugh at the situation as an adult.
So they still feel like you should have carried some more guilt and
my stepmom is disappointed that I have no remorse for the situation. I didn't kill anybody.
You have to be like, motherfucker, that was then. I was a child.
I didn't do anything that, like, it's technically against the law, but it was it was bad. You know, I got back at one of my bullies. That's all I'll say. I got back at one of my bullies, and it was a big scare. It was a big scare when I got back at one of my bullies.
What would be an interesting thought stimulus, speaking of Kevin Nash? I would love, not right now, I need to think about all the times in my life where I should have got whooped, but didn't. You know? Like,
oh, don't get me started. I mean,
I should have got whooped when I cut Colleen's hair in the 4th grade.
Smacking Abby on the ass.
Pataki. No, I got beat up by Abby. We are not revisiting this.
You should have been beat by the parents for smacking her on the ass.
She handled business herself. Okay? She handled business herself. All right. Latifah mama, though. Colleen mama and Latifah mama, I should have got a whooping from my parents and their parents. For sure. Is there anything left to say about this record?
No, I mean, we could probably talk about more things we should be whipped for.
Yeah.
I'm not Christian. I don't concern myself with being whipped for my sins, you know?
You don't have to sin to get whooped. It's more so of your parents or guardians.
What is that, though? What is it? Catholicism, the lashes, right? They lash?
Yeah, them Catholics, they use the lash. We know about the fucking weird shit they was doing.
Lash Legend, right, Jesse?
Who?
Lash Legend?
Lash Legend. You've reviewed some of her work before.
The fuck is that?
No, I have not.
Yeah, you have.
Lash.
I've not heard of this person.
Bullshit. Google. I mean, look her up in your email.
Oh, this is fake wrestling. I thought this was a rapper or something.
Oh, I thought it was smut. I'm like, Lash Legend. I don't. Yeah. Shit. I guess I reviewed her work. I have seen it.
Can I have a rating?
Let me go to the images of it all. You gotta go to Google Images to get a wide, swath of,
large sample size. I feel you. I want a Meg Thee Stallion versus Lash Legend match.
I don't.
That's what I want.
I don't want Meg doing anything.
Holy shit! We caught him, y'all.
No.
Can we get the drop now?
Which one?
The Nicki drop.
She is the woman version.
Where's that drop? Damn. What's it called?
What I mean to say is Meg is the woman version of He Who Shall Not Be Named. There's a guy that everyone is saying needs to just take a break and go away for a little while. Meg needs to go away for a little while. She's dealt with enough trauma. She's dealt with enough bullshit from the world.
That is not a 1-to-1 match, but okay. Anyway.
Rapping like a bomb being said deep. Rapping like a bomb being pimp, so he said rap but
I'm not saying 1-to-1 match, but I'm saying people are saying he should go away, take some time off. She needs to just go away. Like, stop. Yeah. She's not putting out music that I enjoy. You know, I saw the documentary, it told us everything we already knew. Tori did it. And, like, just take a year off, please.
I'm not going to get too deep into that, but a large majority of the he needs to go away contingent aren't serious because they don't want him to actually come back. They're just saying that because they have to find a way to.
We're not discussing that man tonight. I'm speaking of like the low key UHTNs of the world and the people that are invested in, like, you know, that Hib and having, you know, careers revolving around that Hib. He needs to go away for a year. That's how I feel about Meg. Just give us time to miss you, please.
They don't miss him though. They want him to go away for good.
Not the low keys and the Somayos.
Yes, they do, but we're not getting into that.
Hey, I don't care.
You know about Somayo, dumbass. Okay. All right.
Unfortunately, we do know.
Central. We fucking know.
Unfortunately,
Drake, I want you to go away and before you come back, because I want you to come back. Before you come back, shed Aiden Ross.
Shed
Lash Academics.
and Somayo.
I wouldn't go good looking.
She's a good looking woman.
What I will say is
shit's aight. Okay, shit's aight.
All right,
That's
Maul.
all I'm gonna say.
Was
that a Maul quote? I forgot where that even originated.
That's
before they try to think I'm like OVO Maul adjacent.
What I will say is sometimes you can do so much that I can't see attractiveness. I can only see like.
Well, here's the thing: when I never clocked you initially as attractive, and I saw you as only someone who did stupid things, but then I saw something else that changed my mind. Then
ain't no changing my mind.
Then at that point, it's like, you know what? I'm willing to give people who are attractive a little more leeway than those who aren't.
No, you guys familiar with this woman Drea?
Who?
From like Basketball Wives and
yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
what's her story?
She got her start like leaving her kid
Is she
in the fucking house.
doing Hib commentary now?
No, she got her start like leaving her kid in the house to go be a stripper, and then she's like just preying on NBA athletes and.
Well, what's that? I mean, listen, that's not.
She's a horrible person, is what I'm saying. But a lot of people say she's like conventionally so attractive, and I'm like, I can't even see that because she's a horrible.
I don't
person.
even know if. I mean, listen, I'm not here to discuss the attractiveness of this journalist, but you know, I'm just saying.
You brought it up. You're not here to discuss it
because that's
not
you're a good
woman. That's Somayo.
She is a good looking woman.
Ain't no good.
Mel, you want to settle the score here?
Listen, I'm of the mind that, you know, you can be attractive as you want to be. If your insides are ugly, I don't care.
Exactly. I'll Google her now and I'll give you a rating. I'll Google her now.
Fucking, we know about me. And,
7+ for me. 7+.
Oh, no, hell no. Without all the dumbassery, 7-. With all the dumbassery, 5. I feel practically nothing.
What do you mean dumbassery? What are we talking about here?
She's a dumbass.
I haven't heard her say one dumb thing yet.
Oh, I see what Moulz is doing. All right.
Yeah, he's trying to get in that industry like when Jesse was... Yeah.
Trying to get in that industry.
Just because I am saying that let's cut her a little bit of slack
You said she's never said anything dumb.
She's a grifter and a goof. Okay.
I haven't seen any grifts when I don't think she's that funny. So.
Shit.
She's doing
this
fine.
Man says 7+.
7+. What's the problem?
I have no problem.
Anyway.
Listen, if Elliot Wilson looked like that, you kidding me?
Ew.
If Elliot Wilson looked like that,
we wouldn't care.
What do you mean I wouldn't care?
About the dumb shit that he says and the look at me of it all, you know? It's the fact that you see his stupid face and then he says this stuff and it makes you mad. And you see a pretty face, it makes you happy.
This is the best she's probably ever looked. I just put it in chat.
Let me see.
Oh, brother.
And that's like with a lot of makeup and, you know.
See. We've turned into the Rate Somaya podcast.
That doesn't even look like her to me.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, wait, hold on. Now, this picture, she looks like my 9th grade crush. All right, damn it. Okay, something.
There's something going on, man.
Ah, shit. Hold on. Okay, you didn't got me started, Jesse.
One good picture does not tell the whole story.
I don't think
now,
it's
listen,
just
I'm
one.
still not going 7, but something
I don't
definitely
think it's just
shifted
one. It's a good woman.
Ah, shit.
You're telling lies if you Google this woman and you're not giving her at least a 7.
She 6 flats.
I'll type this in the chat.
6 plus.
Bullshit.
I'll type this in the chat because I don't know if it's offensive. And
everything we're doing right now is offensive, Jesse.
Yeah, technically, we're rating a professional woman or aspiring professional.
This is what I was gonna say.
Based on her attractiveness.
That's fucking crazy.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
In the chat.
No, I'm saying I don't know who that is.
That's not a person. That's a slur.
Oh.
It's not a slur.
Got it.
It's a slur? Said that on.
Oh, okay.
He went crazy. He was offensive on that song. But that's not a slur.
Moving on.
I didn't say it on the mic. Because I didn't know if it was, you know.
Yeah, but they can triangulate, is what I'm saying.
You made it so that they could triangulate.
Right.
I didn't make nothing. Ain't no make.
Fucking Milli Vanilli when they got caught. I didn't make nothing.
Oh shit, Jesse.
Yes.
What do you call Kyle Beats after a rebrand?
Who knows?
Dilla Vanilla.
Yeah.
I don't even know the reference, but that was funny.
Vanilli. That is
Dilla
Kyle
Vanilla
Beats.
is funny. I'm putting it over 7.
Kyle Beats was the biggest Dilla mark in the world, and yeah.
He's the epitome of a Dilla dumbass.
Oh shit. Fucking Martian, whoa. Oh, red Dickie suit on slide out sauce. Whoa. Why did I just start singing that?
What were you
Doug
saying?
is free.
Herga. Yeah, he is free. I don't think we haven't addressed the episode. It. Maybe we have addressed it already. I don't know. Well, I mean, this is the first time we are addressing it on air, on the mic, but we might address it. The curse of
touching Moulz is over. He's back.
Oh shit. Yeah, at the meet. Well, it was a Thug meet and greet, but anytime Moulz is there, it becomes a Moulz meet and greet. Yeah. He met you.
He met me at the Moulz meet and greet, and from the moment I touched him, all he did was put out mid, just straight mid. And then all of a sudden, you know, the Rico drops, and we think we're never going to see him again. Nope, because the Moulz curse only lasts for 10 years or less.
Oh, wow. Damn. Wow. Wait, 10 years or less?
Yeah.
Okay, so, that's a new kind of curse. So, like, it varies. Usually curses have, like, exact parameters.
Nah, listen, it won't be more than 10 years.
So it's like, you can get out, like
that's how I knew Thug was going to get out. I knew he was going to, because it was coming close to the date, you know, the 10-year mark.
Got it. Okay.
Next year would have been 10 years.
All right. Okay.
Well. The other Moulz curse is when he puts something over too much and ain't got much time left. So I said,
what, they'll die?
No, as a professional, you know, at whatever they're trying to do. So that means Somayo got maybe 3 years left.
Okay.
We seen it happen with Ice Spice.
Oh, you can't cry. Okay. All right. Because
he was Smoochie Moulz for a good 2 years. We fucking know. Huh?
What's the problem?
It didn't work out for her.
Well,
Jesse,
it's a curse. Listen, it worked out longer than you predicted. We can't start moving.
Right, you can't try to make
the original
you being wrong the Moulz curse.
The original statement you
Jesse
made
stamps
was
real
that
people.
Jesse, I never stand Ice Spice. And for
I
the
said
record,
Jesse stamps real people.
I never stamped her. All I said was
you definitely stamped that woman.
I wish I did, but I didn't.
You did. We can go back to them chats.
Now,
I got the pictures.
Here's the thing. Well, I got pictures too. Now, here's the thing. You made a statement. The statement was she won't be remembered a year from now. From when
and she got a machine behind her.
When was it? Munch came out.
Right. I didn't estimate her getting the machine behind her. She got the machine behind her.
So she got all the machine in the world behind her.
Right.
And up until her album dropped, things were going well.
Right. She's the original.
She outlasted Jesse's prediction. My original statement was that she will be around for 3 to 4 years. Mm-hmm. She won't be gone this time next year. And she was around. And again, did she have to become the new top artist in the world? No. All she had to do was overextend herself beyond a year for the original, bet to be right. Moulz won that bet. Now, when we heard...
I know how to get you on a different topic and ease us out of here. Jesse, in the chat style, give me a rating on this person this is my 9th grade crush who kind of look like so my
Lord, why am I... This man has me grading a 9th grader now.
Not in those pictures, she isn't. Well, wait, hold on. I've been collecting files since 2009, so just ignore those.
This is a sick Negro.
There's nobody naked in those photos.
I have no ratings. Which one is she in adult in?
That's what we gotta know.
Okay,
which picture is she in adult in?
Right. Let me filter out the ones.
This is a sick Negro.
No,
I'm saying,
like I said,
is the sickest thing I've ever heard.
I don't check my files all the time, so I just uploaded the whole fucking folder that I've been amassing since I was like fucking 15. Don't do that to me.
Fucking why?
Why does she got this Hogan tan going on?
There's a something that says there's a picture that's titled "fucking why," and there's a guy saying, "This is what's going on in the Mel Dropbox."
Nah, she's got a Hogan tan. Her hair is a mess.
All right. Jesse, just will you stop reading this shit? Okay.
This is a sick Negro. You got that saved?
I told you I don't check the files. All right.
Give me a picture.
This is not
I gave you a bunch of pictures.
This is a bad scene right here.
Give me one that you need me to rate.
The one that says why did I call it that? Oh shit, I'm gonna have to censor that.
Why are you gonna have to censor that?
Just cause. Just give me a rating.
It's a Fresh Prince reference.
Give me a rating, nigga. Give me the damn flashlight. Okay. Shit.
She's with Fat Joe on Ozempic.
Yes. She's with Fat Joe on Ozempic, and she took all of Hogan's fake tanner for herself.
That sigh was the funniest.
She's 5 minus. Giving me.
Oh, what's that going? I mean, listen. There's something going on her leg.
She's giving me maybe Snooki
There's
on
like
meth.
a giant vein sticking out of her leg.
Oh my god.
She's giving me Snooki on meth.
Look at the vein sticking out of her leg, Jesse. Look at that vein.
Y'all going hard.
All right.
This is like literally like one shade away from blackface. I don't know how I feel about this.
Okay. All right.
I'm looking at it from different angles.
This is bringing me back to the
Mel, what is her ethnicity?
the locker room when they
know
were
what her
teasing me about
ethnicity
liking
is.
her.
Italian
She could
white
be
girl.
some kind of
Italian
Latina?
white girl. Ain't no Latina.
what is the ethnicity, Mel? Indian
Italian
or-
white girl. Italian white girl. Italian white girl.
Okay. She's been
Yeah,
buried. She's been buried. I feel bad for her.
Yeah,
now.
this is
Damn,
definitely-
I set her up.
This is definitely GTL.
I'm the sweetest bitch you'll ever meet.
Right.
Definitely
Folks.
something from Evil Dead.
We need to be whipped with a strap. We're turning into one of them podcasts. We're down in women. We got to get out of here.
If she had a brother named John and he was running the same gimmick, who would he be?
Who would he
John
be?
Tanners.
And on that note, we're done. Whip you with the strap. I've got nothing else. We'll see you for the rest of this review.
Hey, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all of the other episodes, check the link in the description, stop by raprankings.com, or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. And please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting to help us grow the channel and continue our journey as hip-hop's first and premier extreme podcast.